welcome to One Man's Collection. Today I'm looking at issue number 64 of the Ferrari Collection. This is the 375. Has another name, 375 Plus. Beautiful looking car, not the same as what's on the picture in front. It's not got the 123 on it. Actually running a number 4. Die-cast car, 143 scale. We'll take a look towards the end. I do like these Ferrari Collection cars. They are so much more detailed than some of the other magazines collections we've got. But in this issue, I'm going to briefly go through this issue, show you what it came in this. It's a single-seater. This is the F2007, driven by Michael Schumacher. The 375 Plus is from 1954. Have a look at that. We have the production model in this issue is the Dino 308 GT4, which I think we've already shown off previously with the 143 scale. And we do have a poster of the 375 Plus winning in Mexico. I haven't taken any of the posters out of these magazines. Don't have the room for it. All right, briefly, if you want to read the article, you will have to pause the video to go through. But the F2007, in 2007, a new signing of Michael Schumacher replacement, Kimi Raikkonen, made an immediate impact on Ferrari's Formula One team when he became world champion. Yeah, more than once. Quite a few times, actually. I'm not going to read everything there, but we do have a rear longitudinal 90-degree V8. 2.398. They had to be under 2.4 litre from memory. 4 valves per cylinder. 810 brake horsepower at 19,000 RPM. Man, those are screamers, weren't they? Maximum speed over 360 kilometers an hour, or about 224 mile an hour. That's certainly getting going. The last gasp victory. The 2007 season could not have started better for new Ferrari driver Kimi Raikkonen, showing that he was perfectly in tune with the team and his single-seater. The Finn won the first race of the season in Melbourne, Australia, and Ferrari's debut victory in the post-Schumacher era. Raikkonen notched up further achievements in his opening round of the 2007 by securing pole position and driving the fastest lap of the race. So did I read that wrong at the beginning? I think I did. In the steps of Schumacher, yeah. New signing and Michael Schumacher replacement, Kimi Raikkonen made an immediate impact. Yes. I was reading about Michael Schumacher. No, Kimi did really well. Look at all the firsts he got there. 2007, first in Melbourne, third in Malaysia, first in Bahrain was Massa. So he's third in Bahrain. First in the Spanish was Massa. Actually, Massa almost won the championship that year. He's first in the French, first in the British, second in the Hungarian, third in the Italian, or first in the Belgium Grand Prix, third in the Japanese, first in the Chinese, first in the Brazilian, with Massa coming in second. Actually, it was pretty close, I'd say, between the two. Moving on, the 375 Plus, very beautiful looking car. In the 1954 Carrera Pan America, the most exotic of all races in the World Sports Car Championship, the Ferrari 375 Plus was a serious contender for victory. A V12 engine, was it 3.3 litre? Nice. There we go. It's a front longitudinal 60-degree V12. No, it's a 4.954.3, so just under 5 litres. V12. That's a big engine. With 350 horsepower, 6,000 RPM. Doesn't sound like a lot for such a large motor, but you're also talking about not a very heavy car. 280 kilometers an hour top speed, or 174. In 1954, woohoo. All right, looks like we've got the poster here. We do. That's the 1, 2, 3, the Great Ferraris. Actually, a poster with writing on it. Article. Well, that's different than usual. And on the back, right, it would actually be the rear end view of that same car. The Plus's 4-speed transmission was operated via a gear shift lever in the centrally positioned chrome gate, and steering wheel was a 3-spoke wooden rimmed example. Yep. Moving on. 375 plus victories. The Le Mans came first in 54. Carrera Pan America Mexico came first. Okay. And in 55, the Buenos Aires 1000 also came first. 1,000 kilometre. Woohoo, so that's about 650-mile race. All right. Bertoni's Gran Tourer, powered by the new V8 engine with a sober Bertone designed and Scaglietti built body. Yep, the Dino 308 laid the foundation for the new and successful generation of Ferrari Grand Tourers. Yeah, pretty nice little car back then. We've got another page in there, yep. And that light blue. Don't see that colour too much on a Ferrari these days. Truncated rear end of the car was dominated by 2 large rectangular lights clustered, each of which contained the indicator light, side light and reflector. The back section of the roof incorporated a rear window, which was positioned between 2 fins that ran down to the engine. Well, they used that a few times in a few cars. Versatile Ferrari. So what has it got? It's got a rear transverse 90-degree V8, just under 3 litres, 40 millimetre Webers, 255 brake horsepower, 7,700 RPM, top speed of 250, excuse me, or 155 mile an hour. Cool, part 65 coming up next week. F430 model. Another one that looks awesome. All right, let's get this closer up so you can have a look. All right, we've got the Y spoke with the knock-on parts there, yep. Yeah, look at the interior. It's actually got that wooden wheel. Do have a gear shifter in there. I have to get another light here, even though I've got lots of lights. There you go. Not chrome, though, black. But we do have the passenger seat in there, too. You can see all the dust that's accumulated on this thing. That's probably a better level of light. These are well done model though. Got a little mirror right smack in the middle there. This one here. And for a 143 scale sized car, this is really well done. That's a nice front end. I do like the grille on these. It does feel metal. Yeah, a lot of care went into making these little models, I think. Probably with a Ferrari requirement of standard finish. Okay, so on the other side, we actually do have some modelled the exhaust and mufflers. That's actually pretty good. All black though. No chrome or silver ones on this. I'm going to put that on a turntable so I can have a look without my hands in the way. Keep that nice and brief. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another issue next week. Cheers. Bye.